When Mega Raichu Y got its ability announced, tons of people were really hyping it up, saying it was going to be one of the best new Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Champions. But then it was actually released in Pokemon Champions and like nobody's using it. It's not got very many good grassroots tournament results. And so I've been left wondering why is it not as good as people thought it would be? So today, that's what we're going to try to figure out. We're using this team with Mega Raichu Y and Mega Venusaur. It's a rain-focused team. I really like it. It's a really cool team. Let's get into some battles. Hi, I'm Mochi, and we are going up against... It's not good against... It's not great against Sneasler. Probably not good into Zoroark if it's Scarfed. Probably decent into Aerodactyl. Maybe it should be these four. I think... Maybe I should have spent more time analyzing their team. Maybe that's a bit of a feeling I had in this team preview session, but I'm feeling all right about this matchup. I do not have a lot of experience with Mega Raichu Y, though. We'll see how this goes. The last Mega Raichu Y game I played was against Sneasler and Mega Metagross. So this could be bad. They can go for a coaching on Sneasler. They could go for a fake out. And then like an attack. I don't really like either option, if I'm being completely honest. We're bringing in our Pokemon here. I'm hoping we'll be able to do a lot of damage with Last Respect. I guess it's not boosted, actually. Maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe I didn't think it through enough. Hoping we can tank some sort of an attack with either of these two Pokemon, though. It is fake out into that Pelipper slot. That's good for us. Raichu hates taking those kinds of attacks and a ground type attack into the Pelipper. This is really good for us. We can set up Tailwind here. Tailwind in Waterfall into Metagross just in case they don't go for that coaching. I feel like they will. They don't. They actually withdraw Sneasler here and bring in the Alolan Ninetales. That's fine, I think. I mean, Freeze Dry is going to suck. No, the Psychic Fangs actually goes into Pelipper. I believe we can survive that. Procs a Citrus Berry as well, which is very nice. We're able to get Tailwind up here, which is a really good. Waterfall should do a nice bit of damage as well. Not crazy amount, but decent enough. And like I said, here's the Tailwind, which is going to make things a lot nicer for us here. Now we just have to figure out if we need to protect this Pelipper. What do we do? I could see a Freeze Dry incoming, which would be a really good switch in for Archaladon. I think that might be what I'm expecting here. Waterfall is base 80. Last Respect is still base 50, but is super effective. So I think Last Respect into Metagross should pick up a knockout here. I really do not want to see Freeze Dry and Protect. Freeze Dry. I want to see Freeze Dry into Archaladon. Metagross protects. That's not great. Not a good start. Let's see. Okay, Last Respect comes out first. Let's see what happens after that. It's Freeze Dry into Archaladon. Okay, that's actually still a decent amount of damage, but I'll take the defense boost. Listen, I'll take what I can get here. Now, this is interesting. We kind of got them pinned. Do we just Last Respect into Metagross? They could just, like, switch in Hydreigon and then tank the damage. It's coming, isn't it? It's coming. Oh, I predicted it as well. I mean, it's not going to enjoy taking this hit, right? They actually withdraw Ninetales into Sneasler. Now, that is interesting. Very interesting. Here's Last Respect into Hydreigon. I'll take 19%. It'll be useful in the long run. Flash Can into Sneasler is going to hurt, but it's still, yeah, it's fine, really. Now, this is the interesting thing. What do we do next? Might be better in case they're switching in Metagross, but I don't think they switch in Metagross here. Sorry if you can hear all the noise coming from my window. Hopefully this is the right call. I did forget about Fake Out. We're going to get hit by Drake or Meteor now, aren't we? Right? Or I guess it could be Dark Pulse into Basculegion, but either way, we get a knockout on the Sneasler, and I don't think Basculegion, I don't think it's taken damage yet. Am I correct in saying that? It's Earth Power. That is... Okay, not great, but it's a much better alternative to Draco Meteor, probably. Right? I think that would probably be the case. Okay, Tailwind has petered out, which makes this a bit more difficult for us now. It's Ninetales, okay. Okay. I think we want our Chaladon to go down now. It's not the greatest. They actually switch out Hydreigon. If they miss like a Blizzard or something or target into Basculegion, we can knock out that Ninetales. Let's see what they do. I feel like Blizzard is such an easy move to use, though. It is Freeze Dry, but into the Chaladon. Okay. But like I said, I think I'm fine with that because we get to do something very fun here. The snow stops as well, which is very nice for us. We now have we can bring out this Mega Raichu, which means we'll be able to use Zap Cannon to slow down either Ninetales or Metagross. Although I think maybe I want to do something else instead. I think we go for it. Check this out. We're going for the Mega Evolution. I have a feeling Mega Raichu Y could easily go down in one hit here. It is very possible, but at the very least, we're going for a Fake Out into the Ninetales, hopefully breaking any sort of sash it has, but also meaning it cannot go for a Freeze Dry into Basculegion. I was correct. It looks like Raichu will be going down in one hit. That's one of my gripes with Mega Raichu Y. I think a lot of people have the same opinion. It is very frail. It's got a HP stat of like 60, defense 55, but that's not important right now. We knock out the Mega Metagross. We're going to have a very difficult time dealing with that Hydreigon, aren't we? I really should have considered that. Switching in that... I don't know. Switching in that Pelipper earlier might have been a better shout. Or faking out the Metagross. We Tailwind Last Respect into Ninetales. I think that's what we have to do. Hydreigon goes for Dark Pulse into Basculegion. You know what I mean? Freeze Dry into Pelipper. If you have to do anything, Freeze Dry into Pelipper. Okay. It's not the nicest thing in the world because we don't get Tailwind up. Actually, yeah, I think if we don't get Tailwind up, we just lose. Yeah, I think it's just over. It's going to be close. We're going to be able to get a knockout on this Alolan Ninetales. But if this Hydreigon outspeeds us, it can just go for another Dark Pulse. Unless we really think we can get a knockout at 81% with like Aqua Jet. Hey, it's worth it. I guess it's worth a try. Let's see, Aqua Jet. It does not do 80%. It does about 21. So, close. 21 is close to 80 if you think about it. But like, don't think about it too hard. Either way, we lost. I definitely could have positioned that a lot better. I think letting them bring Hydreigon to the end game was just not a good idea whatsoever, even slightly. Would have been nice to have Mega Raichu Y for the Focus Blast into it. But of course, like I said, I'm just not very experienced with Mega Raichu Y. Hopefully the next game can give us a better idea on how to use Mega Raichu Y compared to whatever the hell we just tried to do with it. This is an interesting team. Okay, it looks... It has a Rain aspect, but it also has Charizard. I feel like Venusaur is a good pick here. I know this video is about Raichu, but Venusaur is very good here, I think. It's theoretically good into Charizard with Thick Fat and Rain. It's good into, very good into Swampert. It's good into Gengar and Archaludon. Probably good into Azumarill as well. I think we'll go Basculegion. I don't think I've ever used this team and not used Archaludon, but I guess that's just what we're going to be trying out today. This is a very interesting team we're going up against. It's certainly not something I've ever seen before. So let's see what they lead. I didn't consider that. I should have considered that. But they lead with Charizard and Archaludon. Now this might be good for us, actually. Oh god, I'm not thinking this one through. Let's bring up Light Screen. I should have considered bringing in Pelipper. I guess that wouldn't have gone well because Charizard hadn't Mega Evolved yet, so maybe Light Screen was the better call here. Maybe we should have protected Venusaur, but at the very least, Mega Venusaur's Thick Fat ability will be halving the damage of these incoming Fire-type attacks, which is very nice. Very nice. Pardon the stutter. Here comes the Light Screen, reducing special damage even further. We're still going to take a lot of damage from a Heat Wave here, but hopefully not too much. Yeah, that's not even a half. That's fine. It's a bit more on the Grimmsnarl, but that's okay, I think. Critical hit on Grimmsnarl isn't great. Flash Cannon into Grimmsnarl is probably good. We can switch in Pelipper here for free now. Like, that's not bad. I guess there is the issue of... Oh, that is so much damage. There is the issue of giving him a free Electro Shot. But maybe that'll be fine. I think we have to bring Bascullegion Legion in here because our Pelipper can't protect. But if we can get rid of that Archaludon, we've got a good... Bascullegion Legion will have an easier time is what I'm trying to say. Let's see how they respond to this, what they'll do in return. They go for the Solar Beam, which is really good for us. They won't be able to switch out Charizard next turn. And they go for Dark Pulse. Interesting. I wonder if they don't have Electro Shot. Because obviously this is not really a rain team. Either way, that secures us the knockout here. We're gonna if we get a guaranteed Weather Ball into that Charizard, which would be nice. Mimikyu comes out next. Could go for Trick Room, but it probably doesn't want to. I'm not sure what else it could really do. I think we'll try to set up Tailwind here. Mimikyu does go for the Swords Dance, which is tough, but it's not the worst thing in the world. If we can get Tailwind up, Solar Beam is going to do a lot of damage. We do at least still have that Light Screen. Is it enough for the knockout? It's not even close, actually. What am I even talking about? That's crazy. Completely fine here. We go for Tailwind here. They'll probably switch out Charizard next turn. But that really just gives us a free attack. Although we've already done 50%. So I can't say I'm too worried. What could they switch into? Swampert is not likely. It's either Gengar or Azumarill. Probably leaning towards Azumarill here. They do withdraw the Charizard. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but at the same time, it is Gengar in the back. Would have been able to take a Sludge Bomb very well, which is exactly why I'm targeting into that Mimikyu. We break the Disguise, which is nice. Hurricane should go off next. I'm just hoping we can get the Confusion. That'd be a nice bonus. Weather Ball probably would have been better for damage. Or maybe we should have gone for Weather Ball, but we do get the Confusion. Can we get the Confusion activation? It's fine. Honestly, that's actually good for us. That's actually pretty good for us. Now we can switch in Bascullegion Legion in Tailwind. This is actually really good for us. Oh, they get the Quick Claw activate. I don't think that's going to come in handy. I assume they're just going for Shadow Sneak here. Or another Ghost type attack. Yeah, that looks like Shadow Sneak to me. But luckily connects into the Protect. Very glad we saw that coming. Not that it was very difficult to predict. There's an Earth Power into the Gengar, and it was holding the Focus Sash. So I was completely correct to protect Bascullegion Legion there. Very nice to have my suspicions confirmed. There's Shadow Ball, they're doubling into the Bascullegion Legion, and it did not work. They're gonna go for a really nasty Shadow Sneak here. A second Quick Claw proc, not that it really matters. Come on, Confusion proc. It's fine. Shadow Claw. I mean, it was gonna do the same amount of damage anyway. We're sashed, so it should be fine. Unless Gengar also has Shadow Sneak, but I can't really see that being the case. Last Respect into Mimikyu. And it should be a Sludge Bomb into Gengar to finish the job. And then this Charizard's going to have a really tough time dealing with these two on its own. I mean, having to contend with a boosted Last Respect and a Sludge Bomb that does 50%. But Tailwind does peter out. I think this is still fine. If I'm being honest. Do we still have Light Screen? We do still have 2 turns of Light Screen, so we should be able to, unless we get crit, we should be able to live a Heat Wave. Mega Venusaur should be able to live. We're going for an Aqua Jet just to get that slight bit of extra damage, just in case we need it. Here is that Aqua Jet. That is so much damage, even in the sun. Sludge Bomb should be a very easy finish for us there. Heat Wave next. Venusaur lives it very well. Bascullegion Legion doesn't, but what can you really say? We weren't expecting it to live an attack like that. Luckily, Venusaur can retaliate, hit that Sludge Bomb, and that looks like a win to me. Mega Venusaur. Kinda goated. I really do like it on these rain teams. It is a lot of fun. Being able to be neutral, a grass type, neutral to fire type attacks, and resisting Mega Floette's fairy type attacks are really useful. I'll be completely honest with you, very, very useful. Now this team is another Mega Metagross team. Great. That has to be coaching Sneasler, right? That has to be. Okay, that looks good to me. It was a bit of a quick decision, but Having our Chaladon and Basculegion in the back gives us good switches for if we want to get rid of Raichu turn 1, because obviously I said this last game, it takes a lot of damage, especially when you're going up against Sneasler and a ground type. Okay, interesting. This is an even worse idea than whatever I was thinking before. I think I put myself in a very bad position turn 1. Let's see how this can hopefully make it through. Can Mega Raichu Y make it through the turn without dying? Let's see. Is it physically possible? Come on. Okay, Garchomp protects. That's not bad. Unless Sneasler goes for, like, close combat into Mega Raichu Y, which would suck. Okay, it's Fake Out into Basculegion. That's completely fine. Nobody's gained anything this turn. Nobody's lost anything. I think I'm happy to bring Grimmsnarl back in, and we can go for some sort of attack into that Garchomp, because it is putting a lot of pressure on our team here. I guess just Waterfall. I guess that's just the normal thing to go for. Do they have any good switch ins for that? Dragonite, but I can't see Dragonite being on this team, so maybe we just go for a quick Waterfall into Garchomp, but can't protect. It protected last turn, so it can't protect this time. Probably should have gone for Volt Switch. I'm talking a lot. Should have gone for Volt Switch into Sneasler. I guess it could have protected, which would have been difficult. Diaclaw goes into Basculegion. Do not proc sleep. Ball paralysis. Oh, that is really bad. Wow, that is really bad. Rock Slide isn't the worst move they could use here. We've already lost 100 HP on Basculegion, though, and we're not getting anything out of it. This is really tough for us. At the very least, this is a very good time to get Reflect up. We can reduce some damage there. We can go for a quick Aqua Jet into... Oh, I guess we may as well go for a quick attack. We're not waking up this turn, so it doesn't really matter what we go for. I guess we could switch out, but our switch-ins are just not very good here. I guess our Chaladon would actually be fine. But I don't know, in front of 2 Pokemon it's weak to, I don't think it really wants to do that. We're taking a huge Diaclaw here, don't get any status, which is good. Dragon Claw into Basculegion is not good, although the Garchomp has now taken 20% in recoil, which maybe is good for us. Let's do that. I don't know, this isn't a very easy turn. Sucker Punch goes into the Sneasler, somehow does like 25%. I'm just thinking of breaking any potential sash. I don't want to attack into Garchomp and then go down to Rough Skin, because then Diaclaw will go into Basculegion and definitely knock it out. See, okay, not a great opening for us here. But we still have options. We do still have options. We may only have 2 Pokemon, but we have options, okay? I'm expecting that Garchomp to protect again. So maybe that really is our best play here. Fake Out, Dragon Pulse into Sneasler. Let's see. Garchomp does protect. This could be really good for us. Assuming that Sneasler doesn't protect. They don't. Fake Out does a nice small bit of damage. Sneasler flinches, and we get a free Dragon Pulse into Sneasler. Will that get the knockout? It does. That is really good. We've eliminated a super effective threat. King Gambit switching in here could be really bad for Raichu. It could be really bad for Raichu, let me tell you that much. They won't do it, right? No, okay, it's Metagross. That's somehow more fine, I guess. I could Focus Blast into Garchomp, but I don't think that's going to pick up the knockout, so maybe just Zap Cannon into Metagross here. I think it might just protect. We'll go for a Dragon Pulse into Garchomp. This isn't looking like a great turn for us. But I guess we'll see. I guess it could end up being not awful. We'll see. We'll remain optimistic. They tried to go for the double protect on Garchomp, but it fails. That could end up being really important. Zap Cannon almost gets the one-shot on Mega Metagross. Most importantly, gets that paralysis so we can knock it out next turn. Dragon Pulse connects into the Garchomp, and we knock it out. Right there, 2 Pokemon down, and one of their Pokemon is very close to that knockout. I mean, I assume we're losing Raichu this turn. Oh, we lose Reflect as well. That is not great. Okay, but it's not impossible. This is not impossible. They do send out that King Gambit next. I think I'm going to protect. We're going to scout out. I'm worried about that Metagross protecting, so we're going to scout it out with our own protect. So here's protect from our Chaladon. Let's see what the opponents do. Metagross does protect. Good, that's exactly what I was worried about. I could see a sword stance from King Gambit to punish that. No, it's actually low kick. Low kick is kind of, that might be fine for us. That might be okay. We might be able to out heal that. Oh, is Dragon Pulse going to be enough to get the knockout on Metagross? It has to be, right? That has to be enough for the knockout. That is enough for the knockout. Thank God, I was really worried there. Okay, low kick. It doesn't have sword stance then, right? If it doesn't have, okay, that's a lot more damage than I really wanted them to do. But we get the defense boost and we get a turn for leftovers recovery. They probably have Sucker Punch, Kowtow Cleave, and I assume Protect. So we are completely free to just spam Protect for leftovers recovery and slowly chip away at their health bar while they quickly chip away at ours. We might have to speed up this footage so you don't get bored watching it. Okay, Dragon Pulse does 25%. We need to live 3 turns and not get critical hit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, I swear I've won with this team before. We've not had a good outing today. We have not had a very good outing. I think that's probably my definitive answer to the question I raised at the beginning of this video. It's really difficult to position Mega Raichu Y correctly. I don't think it's impossible, but it's really difficult considering how quickly it'll go down to like any attack. So it's not my favorite new Mega Evolution. That title probably goes to Mega Phalanx. Mega Phalanx kind of sucks, but I did make a video about it and I actually won a lot of games. I'd really recommend checking out that video. It's on screen right now. You can click it and watch it and stuff, or whatever you do with videos nowadays.